Let me transition to another subject before I get to the calls, because this involves actor Jussie Smollett. Remember him from the show Empire? Well, it turns out an appeals court upheld the disorderly conduct convictions Friday, December 1st, of Smollett, who was accused of staging a racist, homophobic attack against himself in 2019 and lying about it to the Chicago Police Department. Smollett, who appeared in the TV show Empire, like I just mentioned, challenged the role of a special prosecutor, jury selection, evidence, and many other aspects of the case. But all were turned aside in a 2-1 opinion from the Illinois Appellate Court. Smollett had reported to police, if you remember, that he was the victim of a racist and homophobic attack by 2 men wearing ski masks. The search for the attackers soon turned into an investigation of Smollett himself, leading to his arrest on charges he had orchestrated the whole attack. I paused there because I was struggling to say, what word is it? Is it really an attack? But I digress. A jury convicted Smollett in December of 2021 on 5 felony counts of disorderly conduct, a charge that can be filed in Illinois when a person lies to the police. He was sentenced in March of 2022 and said, quote, "I did not do this," and shouted, "I am not suicidal," repeatedly in court. He now will have to finish a 150-day stint in jail that was part of his sentence. Smollett spent just 6 days in jail while his appeal was pending. We weren't there. We can only go by the preponderance of evidence that was thrown in our direction, what the Chicago Police Department pretended, ultimately what the courts decided. But let me say this to Jussie Smollett. None of us believe you. Let me tell you why, my brother. See, ladies and gentlemen, there's certain things that come along with being black, okay? Number one, when you black, and I know I'm supposed to say when you're black, but I'm engaging in Ebonic language here for a second. When you black, you don't go out in freezing temperatures at 2 o'clock in the morning or somewhere around that time in Chicago to get Subways. You just don't. You just don't. Now, I understand that that's not something that's fact-based per se. It's stereotypical. It's a perception. But I have black folks working for me. Show a hand. I got black folks working for me right now. Raise your hand if y'all going out to get Subways 2 o'clock in the morning in freezing temperature in Chicago, Illinois. I just want to know. I mean, come on now. Come on now. Brandon, Nelly, Sumatra, Phil, where y'all at? Where y'all at? I mean, everybody. Who the hell doing that? That's number one. That's number one. Number two, when the cops came to see you, you still had a rope around your neck. When you called it a racist and homophobic attack, which, by the way, according to the police department, wasn't necessarily immediate. That wasn't the immediate reaction that you had. But when they came to see you, you still had the rope around your neck. Really? So we got a rope around our neck, and we just gonna keep it there, huh? We just gonna keep it there. All right? Number three, you know, I saw that interview on Valentine's Day in 2019, if I remember correctly. You were being interviewed by Robin Roberts, the esteemed, the renowned, the incomparable Robin Roberts of Good Morning America, where at that particular moment in time, you said the assailants yelled MAGA country, and they were wearing red MAGA hats. In Chicago, Illinois, where a Subway is? Really? Really? You sure about that? See, there was holes all over the place. All over the place, okay? And We could speculate that, Empire was about to go off and you wanted to make sure your popularity stayed where it was, if not elevated, et cetera, et cetera. You wanted to be relevant. Those were very trying times. Trump was in office. The nation was as divided as ever, and obviously pointing to something that lent itself towards race and homophobia because you are a gay male. You were looking for empathy and sympathy, but you had civil rights organizations coming to your defense. You had the black community coming to your defense. You had them excoriating the Chicago Police Department and whatever. Do I think you should spend time in jail, Jussie Smollett? I don't. I think the jails need to be reserved for people who are menaces to society and are doing harm to other individuals. But should your ass be embarrassed into perpetuity? You're damn right. What a shameful, shameful thing to do, it appears. You can sit up there and proclaim your innocence all you want to, but I'm going to lean on Dave Chappelle. When Dave Chappelle, I don't know if he was hosting Saturday Night Live or he was doing stand-up comedy, because I watch him often because he's one of my favorite all-time comedians. I don't know exactly when he brought this up, but here's what he said. People were accusing him and others who weren't speaking up on behalf of Jussie Smollett. They were accusing him and others of not looking out. And what Dave Chappelle said was, we were looking out with our silence. You know who else was doing that? It was me. Because I always have a national platform. And I always suspected your ass was lying. I wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt. And before I go to my tweets and my callers, I'm going to tell a little story involving my boy Jeff Brown. He lives in California. I want y'all to listen to this story. Jeff Brown called me the day the story came out. And he said, Steve, there's something that's fishy about this. Something don't seem right. And I sat up there and I looked at him and I said, could you please stop, man? Will you stop it, man? Give the brother an opportunity, man. Stop acting like this. Why he got to be lying? How come he can't tell the truth? Jeff's daughter. Daddy, you need to stop. I mean, damn, give the man a chance. Oh, you so hard. You just so straight and narrow. How about giving the brother the benefit of the doubt? And I said to Jeff, man, Jeff, you should be ashamed of yourself, man. I mean, the type of society we living in, all these attacks, racism, homophobia, all this other stuff, and this is what you're going to do. The first thing that comes to your mind is you're going to say to brother lying. Jeff, you should be ashamed of yourself. And then the next day I'm flying out of town, and breaking news shows up on CNN. And it said, the police are investigating whether or not the story that Jussie Smollett gave to them was true. And I said, God damn. Damn. Because right then I knew you were lying. I should say the word knew because we still don't know. Just that most of us believe that you are, my brother. Do your time. Do it quietly. Take some time away from the public eye, a couple of years. We'll never forget that you lied to us in our eyes. And just move on from there. There's no hope in convincing us that you were telling the truth. Not when two brothers from Nigeria came out and acknowledged it was them and that you paid them to do that. Ain't no coming back from that, bro. You can overcome it and move on with your life. And we forgive because this is America. But we'll never forget. Sorry.